I recently watched something recently that Charlie Kirk posted, and someone went up to him and asked him about loving your neighbor, and he said, well, people go over all the time about loving your neighbor, but they don't go over that Jesus doesn't want you to sin. They go over that Jesus loves you no matter what. But people never go over that does not want you to live in sin. And so, what he was talking about is how, like, a prostitute in the Bible who sold themselves for sex. And the men wanted to stone her in the Bible. And Jesus said, whoever has not sinned, throw the first stone. They all dropped the stone because they couldn't, because they were all sinners themselves. They all fell short themselves. So it goes to say that don't be a hypocrite, because there's people that do worse than you and can still find their way back to Jesus. And, you know, like, the whole lesson of that story is not just love your neighbor, but Jesus loves you no matter what, but he does not want you to live in sin. So that's what people don't talk about. They talk about how Jesus loves you no matter what, but they don't talk about the fact that he does not want you to sin. If you go up to someone and say, sin no more, people are going to think you're judgmental. But no, you're actually Christ-like, because you're teaching them God's will and God's mercy, but also teaching them what God does not want you to do in the process. So people may find you judgmental, but you're not. You're actually being Christ-like. Thank you for listening.